Hi guys, Andy here. Today's comparison on the left is the LG G5. Thank you very much clove.co.uk for the use of the device. And on the right, the Nexus 6P. So the LG G5 is running the Qualcomm Snapdragon 820 chipset. It's a quad-core processor, 2 cores at 2.15 GHz and 2 cores at 1.6 GHz. It has the Adreno 530 GPU and it has 4 GB of RAM. The Nexus 6P is running the Snapdragon 810 chipset, but it has an octa-core processor, 4 at 1.55 GHz and 4 at 2 GHz. It has the Adreno 430 as the GPU, and it has 3 GB of RAM. So could be an interesting matchup. A little bit unfair in some ways because the Nexus 6P, a bit of an outgoing device, but having said that, the LG G5 is not exactly brand spanking new. So it'll be interesting to see how they get on. We'll start things off with the fingerprint sensor test. Both of them, obviously, you don't have to turn them on via a power button. You simply just press your finger against the sensor, and we can see there it looks like the LG G5 is the quicker device. I found it's not always that reliable. It seems to have got worse, in fact, over time. It started off very good and then seemed to get worse. Anyway, on to Angry Birds opening test. I'm going to edit out a bit of this because you don't particularly want to watch them loading. It took about 15 seconds out. We see the LG G5 fairly easily the first to open the game. And I'll run it once more. I like to see kind of maybe when the chipset and things are running a bit warmer. See if we see any difference in the result. It looks like the G5 is going to give us a second win on the trot. This is one of my recent purchases. I've got to see if I can just check the temperatures of the devices. So you can see the G5 does run a bit warmer, but only sort of 28 degrees against 25 degrees. Nothing you're going to particularly worry about, I wouldn't think. So the G5, definitely the winner of the Angry Birds opening test. We'll go ahead and run the benchmarks. I don't know why the Nexus opens sideways. Again, I'm going to edit through. You don't want to watch it. I actually have to be honest, the Nexus froze and I had to close the app and run it again, but I don't think it matters, it didn't run side by side. The G5 with a fairly dominating victory in that one as well. So I think that's 3-0 to the LG G5 so far, isn't it? Let's move on to the speaker test. See how they get on there. We'll start off with LG G5 on my usual M&M.
Tell me where to go, tell me what to do. I'll be right there for you. Tell me what to say, tell me where to go, tell me what to do. I'll be right there for you. Tell me what to say, no matter if it's true. I'll say it all if it's true. I'll say it all for you.
Just lit up in my conscience. What about them rhymes I've been jotting? They're kinda giving me confidence instead of trying to escape through my comics. Why don't I just blast a little something like I'm escape through my comics? Why don't I just blast a little to put me in the mood to wanna fight and write songs?
Pretty close. Let's see how they sound with the spoken voice.
Essentially gave organizations like GCHQ and the NSA a free rein to go do mass surveillance. It also essentially gave organizations like GCHQ and the NSA a free rein to go do mass surveillance. It also overturned a lot of the rules and laws, and now we're in the situation where
that Google and other social network providers and search engine providers are being overwhelmed, quite frankly. Search engine providers are being overwhelmed, quite frankly, with inquiries about various use cases.
So that's a pretty close contest, I would say. I don't know how it comes across in the video, but the 6P is slightly louder, but I think the G5 has a slightly more rounded sound. Not that it's bassy, but it's just got a bit more lower end, and it makes the 6P sound a little tinny. We're going to head outside for the GPS test next. So both of them have a GPS lock. I'm going to reset the GPS state, try and exit my way out of the app as quick as I can, and then go back into the app. Now once again, the 6P for some reason started sideways, and I don't know if you see all that, it's so quick. I actually had to go and watch this video almost frame by frame to see the 6P edge the LG G5 literally by milliseconds, to the point that I think I would just call it a draw to both of them in that one. So now we're going to do the screen brightness test. I've got to first of all find in the 6P's settings to turn off adaptive brightness, then put the brightness level all the way up to the top. I have my white screen ready. The G5's a bit easier. There we go, cranked it all the way up. Both of them on the perfect white screen, full brightness, and my light meter now shows the G5 kind of mid 400s and the 6P floating around the 600 mark. So neither are amazing, but definitely the 6P the winner as far as screen brightness. So I will then move on to the Chrome browser test. First things first, I need to reset any browsing history, and we come back out, and then I will do 3 different websites. We'll start off with the BBC website on both devices. I will try and touch them at the same time. Ooh, the 6. Oh, that is close. The 6P looked like it might have edged it in some of the initial page renderings, but then you could maybe argue that was a tie. So let's see what the second site gives us. It's NFL.com. The G5 came through that one, and I'm aware it's the 6P maybe making a late comeback there. Both look particularly smooth with scrolling, no problems there. So let's go to, I think that goes to the G5. Let's see what Engadget, the final website, will show us. And as I had just started to say, and then the G5 sneaks through on that one as well, I believe. And I know we're talking milliseconds again here, and it's not really real world. You're not really that bothered. If you're a 6P owner, you're not looking at it thinking, it's not fair. I want the speed that the G5 has. So yeah, you could argue I shouldn't even bother doing it, but you know, it is the small things. Devices are at such a amazing level these days that we are looking at small differences like that. So there you go, the LG G5. Thank you very much, clove.co.uk for the loan of this particular one. Both very nice, stylish devices, and an interesting matchup. There you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. My name's Andy. I will catch you all again soon.